All right. Arsenal Bournemouth is the game of football that's going to be played today, the 4th of May, 14:30 hours. We will be here, obviously, discussing Arsenal an hour to the start of that game in what we call a match day live. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Good morning, guys. Hope the Lord God has gone to protect you very well. And we come here to see how Arsenal charged up for the game of Bournemouth as they really chase for their first trophy in the last 2 decades. Remember, they last won a trophy in the season of 2003-2004. Those are already 2 decades without them winning anything into the mix. So we are here to obviously take you through how they went ahead to obviously prepare for that and what we went ahead to transpire in the due course of the work. And they are charged for this beautiful game of football. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Let's see close to how many? Let's see close to 400 likes marking this video. And I just can't wait to see how you guys are really gonna hugely support this video. And we are left with limited subscribers to hit the magic number. And what is the magic number? The magic number is obviously 21,000 subscribers with like 56 subscribers left. So lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, let's go eyes. All right. Arteta is really a manager who doesn't really take any team for granted. He was asked on treating Bournemouth with the same respect that he did with Tottenham Hotspur. He said, the first thing that we did was try to read where the spirit was and the energy, and they were talking about it already. Almost as if it's going to be even more important. Now we have momentum. Now we have to keep going. They know what is at stake. So, if you talk about Arsenal respecting Spurs, it was written all over the world, because at the end of the game, Arsenal never hit 30% as their pole position, if at all I'm not mistaken. Spurs had a lion's share of everything, but all what Arsenal based on was to obviously go ahead and obviously hit them onto the break and really utilize the 2 set pieces they got, and they found themselves into the lead through an own goal coming in from Pierre Højbjerg in there for you. So it shows you that he respected them, but I know that happened because they are playing away from home. I think Arsenal is going to play an open game. Arsenal is going to be playing an open game when they're playing this side. I tell you this, they're going to be playing an open game when they're playing against Bournemouth. There is no need for Arsenal to obviously pack a little bit of a bus, play a high line that is really halfway, and really try to really leave possession for Bournemouth. Do you think Arsenal is going to leave possession for Bournemouth? But Bournemouth is not a high possession side. It's a side of intensity, hitting you onto the break, and Arsenal are going to suffocate them. You know, they are going to press them, you know, because it's going to be Emirates affair. And remember, this season, I think Arsenal beat them by 4-0, right? So, Arsenal is going to come up with the best formation possible to really deny this team of Bournemouth possession. And you know it when Arsenal is having possession with Kai Havertz in the levels that he's performing at. I tell you what, he's really going to find himself in a position of obviously annihilating them immediately. Now, he was asked on Reiss Nelson's winner last season in the 97th minute. He said, I had a great memory because the game ended in a really beautiful way, and it was one of the highlights of the season. So we know we are going to have to earn it tomorrow again. It's going to be a really tough match, but the team is ready. Now, last season, in just 9 seconds, Arsenal had conceded at Emirates, and then later in second half, Billing went ahead, obviously double the lead to make it 2, and there are some other 3 chances that Arsenal went ahead to really survive through Solanke, Billing, and is it Semenya, one of the sorts. So it is it's a hugely competitive side, and Arteta knows exactly what it means to obviously play against Bournemouth, because the manager who manages Bournemouth is his colleague for some long time, and they've been together from childhood. They play together and they can read each other like a book. The difference is Mikel Arteta has a little bit of more quality than this guy. Then Arteta was asked onto the manager of Bournemouth because they know each other very well. And he was like, Arteta on the job, Andoni, Iraola has done at Bournemouth. He said, fantastic job to come into the Premier League and do what he has done. Huge credit to him, the coaching staff and the players. Obviously, they had a difficult start. They kept going with what they believed in, and huge credit to him. It's unbelievable what they've done in the manner that they've done it as well, which is, in my opinion, very important as well. Congratulations, because it's a fantastic achievement. Obviously, when you look at the games that's going to have to win, he's in the top half of the table. No reason for him to obviously think about relegation. For a manager who came through to a team that was fighting not to get relegated, to obviously be in the top half of the table, that is really a huge achievement. And that's what makes this game very hard for the side of Arsenal, because they are playing a side that has nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose as a side of Bournemouth. That's why Arsenal will have to be at its best to obviously get them out of the mix, because this team has nothing to lose. I tell you, the team has nothing to lose. So let's go on how these players of Arsenal went ahead to train at the training session. Jesus, we started off with him obviously alarming to the people, and I think he's hungrier and hungrier and hungrier to get into the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. 2 games he's not starting. He last started when they're playing against Aston Villa. In the game of, I think, Wolves, he missed out. He never started in the game of Chelsea. He never started in the game of, I think they're now 3 games when he's not starting. So very, very, very annoying for the player of Gabriel Jesus caliber, because with the Champions League, he never started any of the 2 games. This is El Nini, obviously, showing his support and charging for the celebration that he's making for something. I was going to do that was wonderful. Saka, Declan Rice, and Julian Timber, who the manager is going to hit to pass fit to obviously take part into the team or into the match squad of Arsenal. Jesus and Jorginho obviously having a chat during the training session at the Sobha Reality Training Center. Then we have Mikel Arteta, obviously excited after the players of Arsenal had already gone ahead to execute all his plans and the blueprint that he has to annihilate Bournemouth in the game of football. This is Mikel Arteta obviously looking on as his players trained at the Sobha Reality Training Center. Declan Rice going in for tackle that looked very risky, and this is what he does in the morning, afternoon, and so on and so forth as Declan Rice. Saka in the mix, obviously having gone ahead to have an assist and a goal in the previous 2 games that Arsenal went ahead to play. Looks like he's in the mode to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan, and he's really ready to see to it that he gets firing again. 15 goals in the Premier League. I would love to see him score more 5 to hit 20 goals this season. Then Julian Timber obviously taking on Kai Havertz, and he was like, Havertz, you are taking this ball nowhere. That is what he was really doing, and exactly he went ahead to obviously do the needful in there for you. So that's the man, Julian Timber, doing the needful. So when you look at him retailing it out with Kai Havertz, all and all is better. That is it. Then Reece Nelson and Tomiyasu really doing the needful. And Reece Nelson was like, Tomiyasu, I have you behind my back. I'm going to use this ball for what I want it to do for me. You aren't obstructing me from fulfilling my mission. Reece Nelson is one of those players whose season has not gone as to plan, and he has gone ahead to obviously find himself in a position of maybe thinking to be sold. I'm having a story I'm really working on. 3 players that Arsenal are really working on to see to it that they obviously take them out to obviously finance the arrival of Bruno Guimaraes. I'm working upon that story. It's coming up soon. Gabriel Magalhaes obviously tussling it out with Kai Havertz, and it was really a very heated battle at the training ground. Then Odegaard obviously trying to show Magal is that when I'm having this ball, it's mine. I can control it, shield it. Though you are a towering over lad and you're really huge, I'm not as huge as you are, but I tell you, I'll do the needful. As Kai Havertz was really looking on, because Kai Havertz was on the side of Odegaard, and you see they are putting on the same bibs. Is this purple in color? I'm not good at colors, that is it. Then Saka, obviously celebrating. Looks like he had gonna hit, obviously score one of the best goals during that moment. That is Bukayo Saka for you, coming in through to do the mix. Timber and Emily Smith-Rowe having a very hilarious conversation after what had gonna hit to happen at the training ground. So every time people see Julian Timber, they feel really very positive about him because he has gonna hit to do a lot of things into his game of football, and we just can't wait to see how things are really gonna pan out for the player in the caliber of Julian Timber. Then this is Aaron Ramsdale celebrating. Obviously, I think was part of the winning team of the day, and he was joined by his other players: Emily Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, Saka, El Nini, Benjamin White, and others. You know, that was the winning team of the day. Trossard, very furious and issuing orders that all women is business ahead of the game of Bournemouth, and he had a little bit of a speed governor in the game of Tottenham Hotspur. He never even looked bright, but he has come out and really found himself in a better position to recharge during training session, and he wants to obviously get onto the scoring sheet again. And I know he's one of the players I'm really betting on to score: Saka, Trossard, and Kai Havertz. Those three, I see a lot in them to obviously put the ball at the back of the net. Here we see Martinelli, Fabio Vieira, and Jorginho obviously having fun, and looks like something very astronomical had gonna hit to happen at the training ground in there. Then the winning team again: Partey, Rice, Ramsdale. This is Saka, Reece Nelson, El Nini, and I see Julian Timber behind them, obviously celebrating. And it's good to see to it that Arsenal is having a fully fit squad as it is right now, and this is the entire squad. As Zinchenko found himself also joining them, Edin Ketia, who else? Declan Rice. So that's what happened in the final training session that happened at the Sobha Reality Training Center as Arsenal gears up for the game against Bournemouth. I'm having a wild thought of Arteta surprising us with a start of Emily Smith-Rowe. I'm just thinking about it. It might happen, but wait and see whether it will happen or not. But thank you very much for watching through. That's what Arsenal did in preparation for the game of Bournemouth. They are already charged up and they want to kill off this game of football in a nick of time. All what Arsenal has to do: get the first goal, second, third, silence your opponent, and obviously prepare for the game of Man United. Guys, next Sunday, I think it's really going to be huge. And I know it's going to be a huge topic for Monday. After United plays against Crystal Palace in London, the next talk for the next 6-7 days, it's going to be all about Man United and Arsenal. Huge game coming in through, and I don't know. People are really waiting to see what is going to be the prediction of Rokani. How is he going to come out? I tell you, I'm going to come out to tell you the obvious, and wait for that match preview that will be coming in Friday next week onto this channel, and the combined 11 will later be put up. So thank you very much for watching through. Rokan David has been my name. It's a Saturday. Say a prayer when you wake up. The Muslims thank Allah for the gift of life and do the needful. That will always keep us on the alert. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and good morning. How many likes? 500 likes. And to those watching in this channel, we love you, and continue subscribing because we want to hit 21,000 subscribers, and we are like 56 subscribers away from hitting that milestone, right? So it has been nice talking to you. Now I hand over the authority to you, the viewers, to obviously tell me your thoughts about what you've gonna hit, obviously coming through, and do the needful into the mix. Rokan David is my name. I sign out. Bye bye.